Special Sunday podcast. As always, Trip Flip every Sunday nights at 8 p.m., 7 Central on Travel Channel. I'm on tour, Cincinnati, Portland, Baltimore. Go to BertCast.com.
Is the Bertcast.
Hey guys, this is a surprise Sunday podcast. I'm posting this tonight. Here, John, grab this. So in the room with me, John Bush. We're working together at the, where are we working?
We're at the over here at the Funny Bone in Omaha.
The Omaha Funny Bone. Fucking, I have no idea.
I know, we're in Omaha.
Omaha Funny Bone. And John was in a car accident this weekend. Serendipity showed up, reared its head last night.
Yes.
And we ran into the number one chiropractic family in the world.
That's so incredible.
Ultimately. So, give me the spiel you gave me last night. Introduce yourself and give me the spiel about chiropractics that you gave me last night.
Okay. My name is Dr. Brad Myler. I'm a third-generation chiropractor. I treat expecting mothers, newborn babies, infants, kids of all ages for all sorts of different conditions. And I have Dr. Melissa Wazak here with me. I come from one of the largest chiropractic...
You're missing the most important fact, and that's she's hot and she's your girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why she puts up with me or how I snagged...
That's how we all feel
this one. I'm
with
definitely
our women.
a lucky guy. But I come from one of the world's largest chiropractic families. I'm a third-generation chiropractor. But in our bloodline, we've got over 28 chiropractors in our bloodline through marriage. We got 42 chiropractors in our family, and we practice from coast to coast. We all have our own practices and been helping people restore their health and get them out of pain for a long time now.
Perfect.
Awesome. So He offered his services last night. Obviously, everyone knows that I'm a professional roller coaster rider.
Yep.
And I started working out, and I've fucking broken my ribs a bunch of times, and I think I have a rib out, and something's going on. I'll let you be the judge of that. And then, but John got in a car accident.
Yeah, the other day I rear-ended this woman really hardcore.
And she showed up to the show randomly.
One of them showed, one of the 3 cars.
She goes, I know you. How do I know you? And John's like, I hit you today.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I couldn't believe it. But they were all, that's one of those beautiful things, though. This accident was I rear-ended this woman really badly. Everybody was okay.
Yeah.
And so, that's good.
Cars have changed drastically.
Oh, yeah. I'm tripping out, though, that I'm leaving, tomorrow without my car. That's
Are you just
weird.
leaving your car here?
Yeah, it's just totaled. It's at a place, and, the adjuster's going to go over and look at it.
Oh, fuck.
Let me know what the deal is. But I think we'll just be getting another Hyundai or whatever.
My wife totaled we had a Navigator.
Yeah.
And we couldn't afford it. It was so expensive. And then my wife totaled it, and we were like, oh, my God, we're going to be fucking upside down on this car. And we got $11,000 from the insurance company and then decided to buy a fucking new car that we could afford.
Nice.
So it was the best thing that ever happened. And she was this is how fucking safe cars are. Isla was on her way to preschool. Isla's my youngest, the lunatic I talked about last night on stage. And she was watching a movie. The movie didn't even skip, and she didn't even know they got hit by a car, and it was totaled.
Oh, my gosh.
And that's why I was like, I will always buy big fucking trucks. I will never let my girls ride in small cars. So,
cool.
Yeah. So now we have 2 Escalades. Just kidding. I just wanted to sound rich. We have an Expedition. It's affordable, but it's really nice.
And it's good for the fam.
It's great for the family, and the girls have trashed it. This car looks like one of those party buses that go to Vegas and take bachelors. Except it's instead of sperm, it's crayons. So
yeah,
I'm already doing stand up tonight. Yeah. Someone got on stage a little early today. So okay, so do you want to go, John, first?
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Sure.
Whatever works out.
And put the mic down on the floor, John.
I just wanted to say too.
Sure.
The reason why I came to the show last night.
Wait, what if John got totally naked? What if John got totally naked? He just, sorry, I thought, wait, Myra chiropractor, my little sister Connie one time got a massage. She goes, I don't like massages. And we're like, really? She goes, yeah, it's like when they put the towel over your face and then lift your legs up. And I'm like, wait.
That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, that happened to her when she was in 16. She went to get a massage, and I think the guy fucking molested her. Yeah, Connie, we were like, Connie, that doesn't happen at massages. And she's like, are you sure? They don't cover your face with a towel? And you're like, no, never.
Yeah, I remember I had the towel on one time for a massage, and I just know that the woman, how she moved my legs, and I was like, oh, she's seeing everything right now.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I always feel uncomfortable. Now he's taking his clothes off. Now I always feel uncomfortable when I get a massage, whether or not I should get naked, because to be dead honest with you, I don't. The second I get naked, we have issues with maybe something like I don't know. Maybe I'll get hard. That's my fear.
Oh, man, I live in fear of that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
And it's
can't have too hot of a masseuse.
Oh, I can even have a mediocre masseuse, and I'm like, oh, okay, she'd do. Like, I always.
I just, you know what? By this time in my life, I would just, if I did pup tent situation, I would just be like, sorry about that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even feel that bad about it because it's like, look, I can't control that happening.
I sometimes
think. Go ahead.
I'm sure that happens all the time with massages, but you better not get a boner when I adjust it.
What if you get?
I'll walk out the room.
How cool would it be if you could do some sort of movement on his spine and his dick would get hard, and you're like, what the? I would do that all the time. So, John's taking out all his stuff. Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Okay.
We're just gonna have you take a seat here.
Here, why don't we let your lovely girlfriend commentate?
Okay. You want to commentate on this, Melissa?
Melissa, you can walk us through what's going on.
So, first, you got into a car accident here. About how fast were you going?
I think it might have been 30 or 40 or something like that.
30. So you're cruising. Okay.
Yeah, I looked over the GPS back. Boom.
Okay. When you got into the car accident, have you had any neurological symptoms, dizziness, lightheadedness?
Yesterday,
Here, talking to the mic.
I got really tense
Talk to
yesterday.
the
I got
mic.
really tense yesterday, like right before the show. Get super tense.
Yeah.
Like
Right
I felt really on edge and kind of like that yesterday, later in the day. And then back left, neck and back is like. Mwah.
And you definitely started getting dizzy late in the night. I think that's from drinking.
Okay. When you got into the car accident, did you lose any consciousness, or did you hit your head or anything like that?
No.
Okay. You haven't had any numbness or tingling in your fingers
None.
or anything like that since the car accident. Did you feel any pops or cracks or?
I didn't.
Okay. Yeah. And were you wearing a seatbelt?
Totally wearing a seatbelt. Airbag went off.
Airbag went off.
Shut up! The airbag went off.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Those things scare the hell out of
The
me.
smell of that airbag going off too. It's like a burnt smell. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Was your head rotated or tilted in any direction?
I don't think so.
At time, so it's straight on.
Yep.
Did your glasses come off?
No.
Oh, nice.
That is awesome.
These are the questions I'd ask if I was a chiropractor. Did the person you hit, did they get angry or were they apologetic?
Everybody was really sweet.
Really?
Yes. Like
That's because we're in frickin' Nebraska. They're like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what accent I'm doing right now. That's Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do a couple of quick orthopedic tests. We're going to see if there's any neurological or orthopedic findings that are going to indicate, special imaging or anything like that.
Awesome.
A lot of times with a car accident, you'll shoot at least a 3-view cervical series X-rays with you to see if there's been a fracture of the upper spine and stuff like that. But we're going to do an orthopedic test to see exactly what we got going on with it.
All right, Melissa, take the mic and walk us through. He can just do the thing and we'll talk about it. So now you do chiropractics as well, right?
Yes. So we both focus on chiropractic and acupuncture too.
You do acupuncture? Is that because you're Asian?
Yes.
Did you feel?
This sells.
Did you find that you were drawn to that and you were like, "This is weird"?
This is my calling.
Melissa is Korean. She has a twin sister
Yes.
who is just as hot, and they were adopted by elderly Nebraskans.
Nope. Just if 30's elderly, then
Oh,
yeah.
they were in their 30s. Oh, I
Yeah.
don't know. Did you tell me they were old last night?
No.
I assume they were like in their 60s. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
Did they have other kids?
No.
They
us.
you
Just
two?
us.
Now, did
Two and done.
they try to ingratiate you into the Korean culture?
Not really. No. Like we're as Twinkie as they come. We like
Twinkie.
Twinkie. We like.
Oh, I used to have an old
cheeseburgers
joke
and-
about that. Oh, what was that? Oh, that's so funny. I've never had a chiropractor that put this much attention into it.
Yeah.
My other chiropractors are like, all right, lay down, crack, crack.
You broke me fix.
Oh, okay. Nothing. Good. All right, he's turning John's head side to side. A little soreness. It's probably muscular. He's feeling John's neck. John is shirtless. He is putting lotion on himself. He is.
I'm going to put just a little pressure straight down here. Is there any pain associated with that? No. Okay. How about that? No. Okay. And how about this one? No. Okay.
All right.
Put your hand on the area that was giving you the most trouble last night. Right in there.
Now,
Go ahead and have you lay face down.
oh, here we go. Get the cracking.
Yeah. Face down on the table.
I love a good back cracking. What are the Are there any dangers in chiropractic? Like someone always told me you could stroke someone out. Is that possible?
No, that's
Melissa, do you want to answer that? Go ahead.
The risks of that happening are super slim. You have just as great a chance as getting a pulmonary embolism
Oh.
than you do a stroke.
I was just going to add, last night I told you a couple statistics. 106,000 Americans die each year for taking the right drug in the right dose for the right reason.
Yeah.
Chiropractic is a conservative, natural approach to health. Most commonly, the biggest side effect that you can have from a chiropractic adjustment is being a little stiff and sore within the next day or so. We're trying to move bones that haven't moved properly in quite some time, so that's to be expected. But when it comes to treating certain health conditions, the most logical way to do it would be conservative, least invasive first.
Yeah.
And if you don't get the results that you expect with that, maybe go up it to something that might be a little bit more invasive. But the key with chiropractic is it's non-invasive, it's natural, and it's safe. It's probably safer than a lot of the NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs that you'll take, like Aleve or something to treat aches and pains. That's actually just numbing your condition. It's not actually correcting the cause of it. So here you go.
It would be weird if, like, it would be a great story if in his family there was one kid who was a hunchback, like just randomly, and it was like almost like the Rudy of the. Oh, can you hear it cracking? Oh yeah, Melissa, hold it up to the back and see if we can hear it crack.
Oh. Whoa. Is that okay with you?
Holy shit! Did we get audio on that? Whoa! John, you scared the shit out of me.
Just scared me too.
But it was comfortable, right? Yep.
Okay.
Was it at all painful, that adjustment?
I was a little shocked, but
Okay. We had just adjusted a vertebral subluxation complex. That's a misalignment of a vertebrae, putting pressure on a
What
nerve.
if he was just high as shit last night and he was like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing.
honey, we got to get one of those tables.
Yeah. Quick. Let's go to the fucking hospital store.
Going to Sam's. We're getting the first one we see.
God damn, that was fucking.
Brad's good at numbers. I'm Asian and not good with numbers.
Now do you guys adjust each other? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, right now. Just relax, John. You're making me nervous. Yeah. Electrotherapy acupuncture is what he's talking about. Okay. So, whoa, what is... Oh, I want one of those. Can I just get one of those? And just do that to myself? I bet if you did that on your taint, it would feel amazing. Really, John? Is it here? Put the mic underneath John. Tell me, John, walk us through what's going on.
What's it feel like?
It feels like little electrical pulses going into my spine, dude.
It's not too painful, though. No.
So that's the needle-free acupuncture. So
That's needle-free
There's
acupuncture?
a lot of ways to stimulate acupuncture points. This is
Nice.
We just use it electrically.
We're going to check you here in about 5 or 10 minutes to see how you responded. We're going to take a look at Bert.
All right. I'm up. John, here you go. Talk about your experience.
Well, my experience was really quite amazing. I felt some electrical impulses going into my neck and my spine. It kind of sounded like a stapler. I will say that. And Bert now, barefoot Bert, in jeans and a Bob Dylan shirt, is sitting. Yes.
Andy's got some painted toenails.
That's my daughter's.
Bert does paint thy toenails.
Okay. Can you put your hand on the area that bothers you the worst here?
I can put it on you. I can't reach it.
Okay.
So here's this area right in here gives me the most problem. Right in here, and then right in here. I think it might be muscular. I think you might be able to feel it. That my cord's pretty short. But so and then watch this. So wait, feel this.
Oh yeah.
You feel that?
Yeah. You got
It's popping.
A lot of cavitations when you bring your shoulder through.
When I
range of
move my
motion.
should in circles, it pops.
Okay. How long you been suffering?
Like 2 years.
2 years. Okay. Is there anything in particular that makes it better or worse?
When I don't sleep on my when I don't sleep like this with my arm under my head.
Then that makes it better.
Yeah, but I can't. Yeah, but I can't. I don't. If I just sleep on my back, I'm fine. But the problem is I snore. So my wife makes me sleep on my side. So it's my wife's fault, really.
Oh, my shoulders get so wrenched from sleeping like
Yeah,
you showed with your
I want
hand
to sleep
up.
on my back like a fucking gentleman, but my wife makes me sleep on my side because I'm fucking don't have any rules in my life anymore.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
know.
make my own fucking decisions.
Well, you know what? Since I talked to you about the pulmonary embolism thing, I had this blood clot. Since then, I've had to sleep on my back just because, like, I've gotten finally be able to sleep on my back for the first time in my life because that's how I had to sleep when I was in the midst of it. So,
Oh, nice.
My recommendation too, when you guys are sleeping on your sides, throw a pillow between your knees. That'll take a lot of pressure off the lower spine.
I put my wife's cat there.
Hey, that's perfect.
Okay. So yeah, so that's it. And then my neck. I sometimes have problems with my neck, but it's always on the left side,
Okay.
like right around here.
Right. Okay. Does it ever radiate down into your arm and into your fingers? Into your fingers and
Sometimes,
fingers?
but not like radiating pain. But like I definitely will have. I definitely have felt some pain under my arm, and then in my like in here, like right in here, it feels real tight.
It feels real tight.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this this definitely sounds like something we can help? We're going to do some quick orthopedic tests and some neurological testing and figure out exactly what's causing it.
Okay.
And like I said, we're just going to do a relief treatment here with it.
Okay.
Don't expect a miracle with it. But
I don't.
If we get one, we'll certainly take one.
All right, perfect.
I'm gonna go ahead
don't get out of your comfort zone trying to perform a miracle on this podcast. All right, here you go. I'll let you guys have this back.
so he's gonna do. Actually, now,
Okay, so put your hand on me again where it bothers you the worst here.
Right in here, all in here, right in there.
Okay, that whole.
My left side of my body. Oh God, that feels good.
Okay, I'm going to just do a couple ranges of motion here. Can you go ahead and go like this for me? Okay, I'm going to lean you forward. Tell me if this causes any sharp shooting pain anywhere.
Nope.
Okay, how about if I rotate you like this?
Nope.
And then like this?
Nope. I'm an athlete.
Doing good? Okay. I'm going to lean you off to the left here. Does that increase any pain?
Nope.
Okay. How about if I lean you this direction here?
Nope.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get you started here.
Fuck yeah.
Get your face down on the
Turning on the power.
yeah, Bert is now face down. Face is in the middle of two spongy but yet strong areas.
Sounded like boobs.
Yeah, well, that's what I was.
We're going to do a different technique with you. Let's go ahead and have you flip over on your back.
So Bert is now going onto his back.
Okay, we're going to have you sit up just like this. Bert, when was the last time you hugged yourself?
Last night on stage.
Yeah, cool.
During the
Bert-
song.
Yeah, Bert hugs himself. Is currently hugging himself.
We're going to lean you straight back. Okay. Take a big deep breath in for me. Blow it all the way out. And just relax. Okay. How's that feel?
Fucking awesome. God, that felt
Yeah,
fucking awesome.
Bert hugging himself,
that
and then
felt great.
Okay, we just
there's-
released a thoracic vertebral subluxation. A subluxation is a misalignment of a vertebrae that inherently puts pressure on a nerve. That's what's causing. That's what was causing your pain. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to continue on with the adjustment. Okay. So let's go ahead and have you ready. On your stomach here again.
On my stomach, just like we're at camp.
Tummy time.
Okay. You feel that release in there?
Not really.
Okay. Let's go ahead and have you flip over for me again. I'm going to move this cable so I can get on both sides of it.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh,
Stuff's falling apart here.
I'm sweating.
wow.
On your back for me. You said it comes around into this side over here.
Like yeah, like in here.
You do a light stretch here. Okay, is that too much?
No, it feels a little tight.
Okay. Now we're going to go ahead. And you've been adjusted like this before?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how you sit up for me.
God, those are my favorite. That was the grab you by the ears and jaw and crack your neck. I love those. I fucking love those.
Okay, we'll have you go ahead and turn this way for me. We're going to do some electrotherapy acupuncture now.
Yeah, bring that shit.
This thing is
Is that the same thing you used on me?
Someone just pulled out a one-hitter.
Is that the same thing you used on me?
Yeah, that's
Cool.
the same thing I used on you. Okay, different schools of thought in traditional Chinese medicine believe you can treat the whole body through just points in your ears. So I do a lot of auriculotherapy acupuncture, but I do meridian therapy acupuncture, where I stimulate acupuncture points at distal points on your body. The reason why we use electrotherapy acupuncture, I'm going to show you something kind of cool here. Hold on. Okay. So you know what a stud finder is, right?
Yes.
Okay, this thing kind of acts like a stud finder. Everyone's always like, well, why do you use?
He just pulled out the thing that kind of looks like a stud finder a little bit.
Everyone always asks, because I do needle acupuncture. I do a lot of acupressure as well. We'll do an acupressure treatment just real quick with you guys too. But everyone always asks, so why do you use electrotherapy acupuncture? And obviously, acupuncture has been around for over 4,000 years. It's a traditional Chinese medicine way of healing, right? So researchers started, figuring out, hey, what's going on with this? Why does this work? And they started researching these points, trying to figure out what makes them so special. And they actually found out that each acupuncture point throughout your body is electrical in nature. So this tool here works like a stud finder. It finds acupuncture points by measuring. It's kind of like a hybrid between a stud finder and a voltmeter. You know what a voltmeter is? Okay, a voltmeter, you hook up to batteries, you can see how much energy is in a battery.
Right.
Or whatnot. So this measures surface conductivity or electrical resistance, right? So these points are actually electrical in nature.
Oh, you can hear it.
That's an acupuncture point. Isn't that crazy? That little...
So he's moving it down his hand, and then all of a sudden it finds an acupuncture point. And my wife says that is an acupuncture point.
Yeah, it is.
She always grabs that and squeezes it and says, you should feel better now.
Yeah, at that point's Li4. Like I said, what makes that little patch of skin right there different than the surrounding skin is the fact that it's electrical in nature, and it's been used for over 4,000 years to treat conditions. So that's why we use electrical therapy acupuncture.
For the record, that was a little spot in between your thumb.
That's a little
and
webby
your-
place.
The little webby place. My wife always pinches that on me. So
So what we're going to do with you, this one's a little bit stronger. You're going to want to, can you hold out your hands like this?
it's a little stronger. Oh! Jeez, that's okay. Yeah, it's a little like it shoots a little electricity in you. Okay. Well, this is gonna be fun.
I thought I was the only one to
feel
make
like
a noise, and now Bert's made one
I
too.
feel like a disobedient dog.
These are all my different acupuncture devices. This one you're not even going to feel, really. Okay. Some of them you can't even feel. They all have different currents to them. And some of them you can't even feel. Some of them are a little stronger than others.
Oh yeah, I felt that. Yeah.
Okay. Bert, now we're going to do some more meridian therapy here on you.
Okay. Let me see this. Is this the electric? Oh my god. Oh.
Isn't that wild?
Oh yeah. Oh. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Oh my. Oh.
Feels kind of good and kind of
Oh
weird.
shit. Does. Oh, I would do this to myself too much if I had one of these. Oh, I'm getting chills down my body.
You want to do it to me? It's going to be kind of cool. You'll see how it completes a circuit. You're going to need to ground me out here and then just click it.
Oh my god. Here, can I do it to him?
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
no.
Wait.
What are you
Okay.
gonna do?
So wait. I'll put you right.
Is this
wait.
gonna be the strong
What do I
one, or
do?
is
What do I
this-
do?
this
What
is
do I
Fine,
do?
it's not gonna-
What do I
you
do?
need- Okay, now click
wait,
it.
wait, don't, I'm scared.
No, wait.
Okay, put your finger here. Okay, and then click it like
Don't
a pen.
do
It's
it.
not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt.
Oh my
But
god.
isn't that cool? You can feel it over
It
there.
runs through his body into mine. It's electric.
Wow.
Oh, that's freaking. Where do I get one of these?
I can get you. I'll give you this one. If you
Oh,
want.
shut up. I'll
Oh my
fucking do this to
gosh.
myself. Do the head of my dick until I come. Oh,
Oh, all we heard was a
Sorry.
lot of clicking.
yeah. Hey, what's this guy in the airplane doing?
Wow, this new.
That
yeah.
thing's crazy. I can feel. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, so that completes the circuit, and you're stimulating two acupuncture points at the same time
Wow.
with that, and it's pretty cool. I want to claim that acupuncture helps 100% of the people 100% of the time, but more often than not, someone comes in my office with a migraine headache. They're walking out with a smile on their face, so it's pretty cool.
Wow.
That is fucking. Does Joey Diaz know about this? Do you know Joey Diaz
I
is?
know Joey Diaz, and I know for a fact that he does acupuncture all the time. I think he eats his edibles and then goes and gets his
Yeah,
acupuncture.
but I think he does needles. He needs to do that. He would love that.
Yeah, and like I said, there's a bunch of different ones. This one's called Taishing. It's a Japanese form of acupuncture. It doesn't pierce the skin, and it just puts pressure on there like that.
Wow.
I'm going to do some.
Wow.
I'm going to do some acupressure on you right now.
Okay.
Have your hands just flat in your lap here.
The good thing using electrically is it only takes about a couple seconds to stimulate the point, whereas, Bert, you were talking about needles. That probably takes about, once they're in, 20 to 30 minutes to marinate.
Wow. And is that a pleasant process? Can it be relaxing having the...
Absolutely.
Really?
And it's, a lot of people get freaked out by needles, so it's safe to use on, like, pregnant women and kids and even infants.
Wow, fantastic.
I'm going to go ahead and do the acupressure on you here, if that's okay. Here we go, Bert.
God, man, that's amazing. I feel fucking...
How do you feel?
I feel fantastic. That whatever that bullet is that you put on my back, I felt that immediately. Like immediately it fucking released. My back feels fucking awesome. Just doing that, it's like bam, bam, bam. I need one of those. I want that. I seriously, can I hurt myself with it?
No.
I just do my own acupressure points and just relax. Oh, that thing's fucking awesome.
Yeah, we'll do acupuncture treatments on people and then fall asleep on the spot.
Yeah.
I do it on babies all the time. You know, you're not going to want to use needle acupuncture on babies.
Yeah.
And like you'd be amazed at all the different conditions that chiropractic and acupuncture can help with. And like with babies, when I'm doing the electrotherapy acupuncture, they'll just look up at you and smile. I've never treated a crying baby. You know, I take that back. There's been a couple instances where there were a lot going on with them, but I, generally speaking, don't treat a crying baby. I don't want it to have a name.
No, you were saying your grandfather was born with a broken neck?
Yeah, the story is, like I said, I'm a third generation chiropractor.
But your grandfather, I'm gonna surmise this story because of what I remember that sizzled.
Yeah.
Your grandfather was born with a broken neck and got into chiropractics back when it was illegal to be into chiropractics.
Yeah. Not everyone is aware of this, but people used to get arrested.
Melissa just took over, by the way, and is now doing acupressure on John.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't aware of this, but chiropractic, people practicing chiropractic in the United States back in the day used to get arrested for practicing medicine without a license. If you went to school to be a chiropractor and you went out and you just wanted to help people, restore a higher quality of life and truly serve people and help them, you could get arrested for practicing medicine without a license. And a lot of people aren't aware that the AMA, the American Medical Association, actually lost. This wasn't that long ago. In the late 80s, sometime in the 80s, they lost a class action lawsuit by a group of chiropractors. The American Medical Association is a huge medical association for conspiracy to contain and eliminate the profession of chiropractic.
Yeah.
I just want to help people. I help people all day long. There's still people that walk in my office.
Yeah.
It's usually old timers that say, "Oh, you're a quack," or what.
Well, I remember very commonly my dad telling me chiropractics was bullshit, and I was like, he said chiropractics and podiatry are two bullshit medicines, and I remember, and it's funny. I talked to my dad this afternoon, and I said, my back's been bothering me, and I met a guy last night who's going to come into my hotel room and who's a chiropractor. My dad's like, let me know how that turns out. And he goes, I'm thinking about seeing an acupuncturist. I was like, what? He was like, yeah. He goes, he said it helps with it. Someone told him it might help him with his anxiety.
Oh, yeah. I get that a lot. Some people, for some reason, because my office name is Myler Chiropractic and Acupuncture, and I get people people coming in all the time, and for some reason they put more stake in the acupuncture. They have more faith in the acupuncture when there's kind of more mysticism around how acupuncture works.
Yeah.
With chiropractic, it's all science. It's all based on neurology. Your brain communicates through your spinal cord and your nervous system. The only place that a nerve goes between two hard objects is as it exits your spine. Okay. The reason why that chiropractic has had a bad rap, the AMA, frankly, was probably threatened by chiropractors feeling that there's a natural solution to a lot of these health problems.
Yeah.
And they actually formed a committee. It was originally called the Committee on Chiropractic. This is back in the day, and one of the reasons why they got sued and lost in this suit, but it was originally called the Committee on Chiropractic. And head dude at the AMA was like, no, that's too dignified. We're going to call it the Committee on Quackery. And they'd give medical students what's called quack packs in their lockers, saying that you're not allowed to refer to patients to chiropractors. You're not allowed to work with them.
Really?
They're rabid dogs and killing people. And I find that offensive when that's still lingering around. I mean, I now it's not as bad as it was back when my
wife was the first one that got me to go to a chiropractor. I played professional football for Hurt Bert, the show I did, and something happened. Something happened that every time I yawned, my left leg would tremble. It would go, and I was like, I must fuck something up. And so she took me her friend Noelle, and Noelle straightened my shit out. My leg stopped vibrating. I was like, not only that, but it was like I had a pain shooting down my leg whenever I'd sit. And Noelle fixed it for me, and I was like, wow, that's fucking awesome. But she was like, yeah, I always like when chiropractors are so I went to one, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to need to be, he was on for a TV show, and he was like, I'm going to need to be here like all day, adjusting you all day long. And I was like, someone wants to be on set and get paid a fucking fat stipend by the network. But
hey, the way I run my office, I know people are super busy. You know, they getting off work, they want to go home and play with their kids. You know, I give them the goods. They come to my office, I give them the goods, and I get them on their way. I don't do a bunch of other worthless modalities. I don't try to sell you a bunch of vitamins and all these other things. There are certain chiropractors out there that offer a lot of other services above and beyond chiropractic, but I try to keep it as pure as I can with what I do.
So now, are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That was quick as fuck too.
Yeah.
I love that fucking gun.
Yeah.
Can how
It's
like
called the piezo, and it's actually like that one that looks like a stud finder that actually runs on a 9-volt battery. That piezo actually has certain elements in it, like types of crystals, and when they slide across each other, it creates an electrical current. So there's like no battery.
Holy shit! It's called a what?
A piezo.
Guys, Google piezo. Is that like Mike Piazza? How do you spell that? P-I-E-Z-O, and get one. They're that's
well, the
so
thing
fucking
is that
awesome.
you have to know the
You have to know the points. You can't just start banging your body.
Yeah, it's like there's a story about how acupuncture came into existence. You know, it's a mystical story or whatnot, but they'd say that this guy was in a battle in ancient Chinese time, and he had liver issues, and they went to battle, and someone threw a spear and it pierced his leg, a huge spear, and obviously his leg was all messed up, but his liver issues went away, and that's how they kind of started figuring this stuff out.
Where's that point?
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't mind banging that out a little bit real quick. Clean liver, clean liver, clean liver, clean liver.
But so it's pretty cool stuff.
That was awesome, man. I really appreciate it.
I know, I appreciate you.
Where can everyone find you online?
It's
you and your lovely girlfriend.
Okay. I practice in Gretna, Nebraska. Melissa practices in Omaha. She's on 168th and Maple. Gretna is not too big of a town. You can see me, find me pretty easily in Gretna. But it's not necessarily just about promoting me, but it's promoting
the art of chiropractic.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I like I said, I treat babies for weird conditions that you wouldn't even expect. Torticollis, ear infections, acid reflux, constipation, colicky babies. It's ridiculous how they respond. And you'd rather, like for a baby with anyone, but you'd rather have them get treated naturally, and as opposed to giving them a bunch of medications and all this other stuff. So if you haven't gotten if everyone knew how devastating a vertebral subluxation complex was, like how truly devastating that has on your an impact it could have on your life, you would have everyone you love checked by a chiropractor.
Really?
Yep.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
Yep. Well, thanks for having us.
And thanks for coming to the show last night.
It's all because of the Joe Rogan experience. Joe is the man.
Yeah, it's funny because the quackery thing. I have to say that. What about doctors themselves? Like I basically had this. I talked about it on stage last night, but I have right under my left nipple. I had this lump, and I went in and cosmetic. You can't see it. It's not even you can't even see it. And they went in and they said, they tested it and said, that's just like a random gelatinous mass. It's really nothing. Yeah. And that same doctor had his person call and say, okay, when you want to come in for surgery? I'm like, what do you mean? You told me it's nothing, and so they just want to cut you open. Yeah. And it's like them calling somebody else quacks drives me crazy,
And I do love the Joe Rogan Experience. They talk about conspiracies on there a lot.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt that the pharmaceutical industry and the way our medical system is set up is based on profits and profits alone. It doesn't have your best interest in mind on keeping. For example, people get prescribed hypertension medication or this or that, and the best way to treat that would be diet and exercise. Hey, go for a 20-minute walk and start eating healthier. But it's way easier to just give them a pill and say, hey, there goes even depression. The biggest thing for depression that someone could do. Walk for 20 minutes a day. That's more effective than.
I get depressed as fuck on the road, and then I get on the treadmill. Like today, I was bummed, just like fuck. I got a long 2 weeks ahead of me. This is just the beginning, and it's the Sunday night show, and I got an early flight in the morning, and I was like, I got on the treadmill and ran 5 miles, and I was like, fuck yeah, I feel great.
But not to get back to the conspiracy, but there's no money for a pharmaceutical company to train doctors to.
Well, there's no money. It's the Chris Rock said. There's no money in fixing the problem. The money's on the comeback and bring you back. That's why I don't trust dentists. Dentists fucking consistently, I always feel like they're like, you need a mouth guard, you know what we should do. I'm telling you, I have crowns. I had one break in half, and it was like the front and back broke in half, and I was like, I brought it to him, I go, can you just put it back together? And he's like, no, we're not only that, but we're gonna have to like redo like 3 teeth. And I was like, well, can you just please put it back? He goes, I will, but it's going to fall off in another week. I was like, it's okay. I'm taping right now, and I need it on right now so I can tape, and I don't have time to do a whole. So we put it on. That was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It just hasn't moved.
Yeah, no, I about 40 pounds heavier than I am now. I had, sleep, like what could be sleep apnea, and they wanted to come in and do the test, and I found out it was not covered in my insurance. It's going to be expensive. And I said, what I'm going to do is, and the woman called me, when are you coming in? And I said, well, I'm going to lose weight. Like, I'm going to exercise and get back into eating healthy and lose weight.
You were 40 pounds heavier than that?
Yeah. And then I was
serious?
Like, yeah.
I can't, but I've never known you to be overweight.
You can probably go on my Facebook and go back a few years and you'll see.
Really?
Yeah, I've had several fats and several thins. But now I'm just trying to stay in that 170 pounds in that area.
Yeah, I'm right now.
Just because I'm making better choices, I'm eating healthier. It's not like I'm on any kind of diet or anything. Yeah,
I'm 210 right now. I got down to 205 was my lowest in this weight loss thing, but I'm like 210 right now, and it's funny how much better I feel.
Sleep better.
I sleep better. I just little things like I have been getting dizzy a lot lately. But is this the unattached free fall? What is this? The Amazing Race? So the TV's on in the background. But yeah, it's amazing how much better you feel, how much healthier you feel. Just little stuff. I'm so fucking glad I lost the weight. I did that thing called the Clean program. I'll promote them. They're not a sponsor, but it worked for me. It was a juice cleanse. We juice in the morning, small snack in the afternoon, lean protein and green for lunch, small snack, juice at night, and then 12 hours between eating. Between juices. I'll tell you what. The number one thing for me was just not eating at night.
Oh, eating late night's just the devil.
I fucking ruined those Larry the Cable Guy chips last night.
Yeah,
they were so fucking good. I'm telling you right now, once again, not a fucking sponsor, but if you can get Larry the Cable Guy chips, cheeseburger and buffalo are out. They taste like the fucking thing. The rib ones are great, aren't they?
Do those? Is that all for nonprofit?
For charity, yeah, it's charity.
That's awesome.
I'm sure he's so rich, he doesn't need any money. Yeah, I know. He's good friends with Colleen. Colleen watches his house, and I guess you can't really talk too much about him because I'm sure that there's secrets he wants to keep. But yeah, he lives in this area.
I love when you discover simple solutions, different subjects. Kind of what it made me think about it when you talk about the natural way. We have a deck, and on the deck there was birds that were shitting all over the deck. And because they would stand up they'd be above it, and then they would shit on the railing. So I put plants there, and they don't shit on the plants. Solved.
Are you serious?
Birds won't shit on plants.
What time is it right now?
Do you ever see birds shit on plants?
Oh, it's 6? Okay.
Yeah, we got to get going pretty soon here.
Yeah, our show starts at 7.
I got to head back and
You head back?
I'm going to head back and clean up. But I'll spend a little time with you here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here, we'll hit pause, and we'll help you guys get your stuff. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You guys are fantastic. Are you on Twitter?
Thank you.
Got to get a Twitter. If you had a Twitter, you'd be blowing up right now. And is there anything you'd like to add, Melissa? Okay. He really does. He really does. You did a fucking fantastic job. I feel fucking awesome. I'm going to have the greatest show of my life tonight. All right, I'm going to hit pause. John and I will be back in 2 seconds.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
God bless.
I got your Twitter. I'm going to tell everyone right now. All right. Take care, guys. So they are out of the room. It is John and I. If you want to follow Melissa, she has a Twitter. It's at AlignedHW, AlignedHW, and she is hot. I just told her.
Very pretty.
She's fucking gorgeous. And I told her to change. She's got this stupid picture of like a. It's not stupid. I know she paid for it because it's like it's an at sign, but it's got the back spinal cord.
Oh, I
was
see.
like, fucking pull that.
No, get your picture on there.
Get a picture of you, hot as shit, and everyone will fucking want to see what you look like. And then when they do, they'll be like, "Oh my god, she's hot as shit."
Yeah.
And they'll follow you, and you can talk.
And she touched my temples in a special way.
I was so fucking pissed. I got him to do my temples, and then he started talking to me, and then you got.
I know,
up,
Johnny
and
B.
She did you. I was like,
I know.
motherfucker. She was. They were really cool. And
They're very cool.
He gave me the shocker.
Yeah, he's got the shocker.
He gave me the shocker.
The machine has the shocker.
Oh, it's right here. It's the listen. I probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah, that little thing does shoot like little pulse of electricity.
Little pulse of electricity, and he said to me, he goes, "There's an app that'll find pressure points."
Unbelievable.
And so I'm going to be on the plane just fucking like I got not an Ipecac pen. What are those EpiPens?
EpiPen, yes. Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
Like a fucking junkie. Wait, let's do like a regular, like we did that, and I hope people enjoyed that. I hope that was kind of interesting. It was a little chaotic. I'm sure the sound was awful, but I'm really glad you're here because John, you're one of the first people I met when I moved to New York.
Yeah.
One of the first comics that was cool.
Right.
I remember you took me. I want to say Kyle Dunnigan.
Yeah, Kyle Dunnigan.
I want to say Zach.
Galifianakis, yeah.
Zach
it's like-
Galifianakis.
it's so funny.
Becky.
Yeah.
And what was that girl's name that was Becky? Do you remember Becky?
Becky.
From
Becky Donahue.
No, not Becky Donahue. She was from Florida State. Oh shit. Zach always brings her up when I feel so bad. She makes jewelry now. She lives in Florida.
Oh wow.
She had blonde hair, big tits. They lived they forgot something.
I don't remember.
Oh, it's right there. Okay.
There it is.
We
No
were just
problem.
talking about you. No, we were talking about this girl, Becky. But thank you very much. I mentioned your Twitter. Change that picture tonight. Okay?
All right. Bye.
Bye. Becky, and she lived with, I know you remember this girl because I think you had a crush on this chick. She lived with a girl who was in television named
Layla Spitani. And Layla Spitani ended up marrying a guy named Andrew, and I still am in touch with them. They're on my Facebook. And she was gorgeous.
We all had a crush on
Yes, Layla was so hot.
Fucking Layla was gorgeous.
Yeah, she's still gorgeous.
Really? But remember her roommate, Becky, with blonde hair?
I think so, kind of vaguely, and I don't...
It's so funny. And whenever I see Zach, he goes, "You remember Becky?" Oh, maybe I'm saying the wrong
no,
name.
It's so funny because Zach, that's what I tell people that's so trippy about those days in New York is I'll be like sitting there and Zach will be on TV. I'm like, oh yeah, I played Scrabble with that guy. You used to play Scrabble with him.
Well,
they're like, no, you didn't.
That's one of the weird things is that you see. It's so bizarre now to like go to Vegas and then see people dressed as Zach for their weekend at Vegas.
Oh,
or,
isn't that crazy?
or to see like pictures of him, or people referring to themselves as the Wolf Pack, and you just are like, and because in the weirdest way, you know that is so not who Zach is.
I know
at all,
and he probably cannot stand that there's now people out there doing that stuff.
He fucking makes his skin crawl.
It's got to make his skin crawl. My manager, my manager and I Lucian used to talk all the time about Zach. He was like, yes, well, he just has wonderful eyes. He has those funny eyes, and of course, that's going to get him everywhere in this business. He'll probably be a movie star. And
you took us out to dinner one night. You paid.
I did? Oh, my God.
You had a development
wow.
deal.
Oh, there, yeah.
You had a development deal. And
yes, it was a holding deal.
It was a
CBS holding deal.
And you said, guys, don't worry, I'll pay. And I said, no, let me put in money. And you went, no, you just started in this business.
Oh.
I remember, I'll never forget that. I remember it was like a Mexican restaurant up near the comic strip.
Yeah, well, there's Ship of Fools was up there, which wasn't Mexican, but there was.
Maybe that was.
There was the one with the kind of the sports bar run by the guy from New Zealand, was a block up.
Yeah, and so we went there, and we all went and had dinner, and then we all went down into Layla's house and partied that night.
Yes.
And then I ran into you a couple times. There were dudes. I remember Kyle Dunnigan. I thought he was a child. I remember thinking he was like 13.
Yeah, well, he has that. There's something about him. He has that quality.
And he's still a really nice guy. It's funny the people you run into when you're young that are nice to you that are now successful but aren't successful then. Like Kyle, you, Zach,
The Sklar brothers.
The Sklar I have a good Sklar brothers story.
Oh, I love the Sklar brothers.
I have a really good Sklar brothers
Okay.
story. Jordan Rubin,
Yeah?
me, and Jason and Randy are all part. I run into them, and I have maybe 3 or 4 of the hottest chicks ever with me. They're from Florida State. They were DGs, and they were smoking. They were Florida State average talent, but in New York, they were fucking 10s.
Yes.
And they were friends of mine. So we all go out to, and I apologize if you guys, girls are listening to this and you know what I'm talking about, and you're like, oh, average? We were hot. They were hot. They were hot as shit. So the Sklars and Jordan kind of tag along, and we all go out and party, and,
Yeah.
and they're like, who the fuck are these chicks? I'm like, oh, they're friends of mine. And they're like, who the fuck are you? And I was like, I knew Jordan, but I was like, I'm a comedian. And they're like, oh, okay. So I remember at the end of the night, we're all partying, and they go to leave because they're not going to hook up with anyone.
Right.
I told the Sklars brothers this since. I don't have a problem with the Sklars brothers by any stretch of the means. I like them a lot. But I remember saying, all right, guys, man, I'll see you at the clubs. And I forget if it was Randy or Jason, turned around and he goes, probably not. And I went, what? And he goes, nah, we'll probably never see you again. And just walked out.
Whoa.
Because the idea that people say they're comics, but they never follow through. It's
Yeah.
like, what are the odds that you would really? And so I ran into, I think, Randy and Jason at Jason Nash's bachelor party, and I ended up telling them that story, and they were like, I am so sorry. Did we I don't remember saying that, but that's horrible. And I was like, no, you weren't being dicks, but you were definitely like, chances are you won't stick with this job.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
just bail, like everyone. I mean, the majority of people. Whatever happened?
Although I was always annoyed by the comics when I first started, I want you to, I'll answer that, whatever happened to, if I can. Yeah. But really quick, I'll just quickly say that I could never stand those comedians that, like, when you start out and they're like, you shouldn't, don't even bother, kid. This business is too hard for those assholes. I'm like, you know what? Be encouraging of a young person. The person's going to make their mistakes. They're going to either do it or not, and it's not going to be based on you going, get out of this business, kid. You can't handle it.
The majority of advice I got when I was young was the worst advice in the world.
Right.
The absolute worst advice. And one was man, I got there's another person. Buddy
Bolton.
Whatever happened to him?
I think he's in animation. I think he started his own animation company of some sort. Yeah. Majestic Wiener Dog, I believe. I might be getting that wrong.
He pulled me aside and gave me a ton of advice, all of which I did not listen to. I was like, yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
But it was like there were a lot of people that just fucking. It's like funny to go back then. So then you do. Okay, so walk me through your career trajectory.
Well, just put it this way, I'm in Des Moines, Iowa. I'm kidding. I live there and I do love it, but no, I basically went to the New York comedy scene from Minneapolis. I went to the Aspen Comedy Festival for HBO, and that's where I met Lucian, and he ran a club in New York, and he said, "Come out to New York, and I'll give you 4 spots a week, and I'll manage you." And so I did. And then, it was probably 5 or 6 years there and auditioning for stuff and getting a few things.
You were one of the most working stand-ups I knew.
In New York at the time, yeah, I really did. And then I went and did this play. I was kind of realized at one point that I was showing up to the clubs for the alcohol, and I wasn't doing new stuff, and I was like stagnating, and it was like I wasn't writing, and I just had, and what I should have done was write, but what this play came along that I was like, wow, I mean, that would be a whole new thing to try and figure out. I have to say that a lot of times we comedians, I'll speak for me, we think that because we're good at stand-up, we'd be a good acting in a sitcom, or we'd be good.
But you would.
Well, yes, and now for sure I would, because I went and learned how to do comedy with others on stage for 4 years, doing this play all over in America and Ireland, and just really great comedy, and learned all kinds of things about how to do that. It was kind of like going to comedy acting 101.
Yeah.
And then that ended me up in. I did that show in Des Moines for 1 year and 4 months. We were the longest running show in the history of Iowa theater, and I met my wife, and then I was like, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay here.
You fell in love.
Yeah, I really do love Iowa. I really do love Des Moines. That is to say, my wife and I are not going to have kids, and we're open to going out to LA eventually, and maybe I'll get a lot of hopefully older parts. Well, I'll be like a Wilford Brimley.
Well, I really believe that is like kind of like what my goal in this business is. Like, I was never going to be the young, good-looking guy on the sitcom. I needed to be the dad.
Right.
I was waiting to become a dad so that I could be that guy, because that's who the fuck I am.
Yeah.
And if that dad is 40 or 50 or 60 and lives in the guest house and is that dad, that's fine with me. I'll wait it out. I'll be cool with that. But I don't think I found my voice truly until I want to say like 2 weeks ago. Like
Right.
I started talking about my kids, and I feel like, holy shit, I'm really comfortable. My storytelling's gotten better.
Yep.
Like I really started to find myself.
Boy, it's an amazing thing. Like we can work and write and all those things, but the natural seasoning that's simply living a life that has relationships,
Yeah.
where you're trying to better yourself, where you have friends that aren't
Yeah.
in the business. Though that is the final seasoning that I think makes a great comic, because
Look at Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. you know.
He's the perfect example.
Right.
So then, yeah, it's so funny. You'd always we'd run into you in either Des Moines, or I think we ran
Minneapolis.
into you in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
We were with the Jameson tour.
Right.
And Steve's like, holy shit, Bush is here. And we're like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And we're like, you have to get on stage. You're like, I haven't been on stage. And you're like, okay, just do one bit. You know who came out that weekend too? Frank Caliendo.
Frank Caliendo.
It was the weirdest weekend.
Yeah.
So then, and now, are you going to try to do the road a little bit now?
I am doing the road a little bit, and I'm doing a lot. I end up right now doing a lot of corporates, a lot of
You're fucking
private parties.
perfect for that.
Well, and what's great is then I can come out and work with you, and I can, go have fun and do the gigs where I don't have to watch my mouth or whatever. But I definitely, the guys that I like, for instance, I'll go out with Kyle Dunnigan.
Kyle's
and
so
we'll
fucking
write
funny.
together and work on some stuff together.
You guys, did someone tell me you guys were working on something now?
We're working on. He's got a couple potential things going on. I mean, one of them is with the Independent Film Channel. He's working on a
Kyle's
pilot
really
for them.
talented.
Yeah, he is really talented. He's
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, and we have we just laugh. I mean, we just end up laughing our asses off.
It's the truth. You find someone who you click with artistically.
Yes.
And you don't. It's effortless. Like I will say this very candidly. Tom Segura and I, for some reason, I don't know what it is, I don't know why, but we don't have to work. We just laugh hysterically when we're around each other.
That's so
and
awesome.
And we have the ability, which is not always the case, to make other people laugh.
Right.
So like when we did a benefit, I got on stage and I made him come on to tell a story while I sat on stage and corrected him. But it was like, and then he called me the next day. He was like, dude, we are working on something together. Like that was too fucking fun.
Yeah. And you can where it's just natural,
Yeah.
And I think that that's one of the you talk about storytelling. The coolest thing for me in writing and taking a story on stage is like, before you add bells and whistles, just go up and say what fucking happened. Just go up and say what happened. Don't try to add a fuck here, a zinger here, this. Just say what happened, because you might find out you don't have to lie.
Yeah.
You might find out, like my wife and I really did eat off of people's plates when we thought they left and they were on a smoke break, and they came back and we ate their dinner. Strangers, right? So I didn't have to add anything to that, because the crowd sits there and goes, whoa, dude. Yeah. Everybody puts themselves in that shoes immediately. So
it's the truth. If you get the story out,
Yep.
Bam. Hold on one second. My phone's beeping and my cousin's trying to text me.
All right. So right now, Bert is going into the other room.
Oh, it's my mom.
And
My mom.
do you talk to your mom a lot?
Yeah, I talk to
to my mom a lot. My
Amy
parents a lot.
Schumer's blowing up, and my mom feels like Amy is a third daughter of hers, because my mom got along really well with Amy's mom when we did this show together.
And I think
So-
Kyle's on.
Kyle's writing on Amy's show.
Yeah, that's
Amy's
right.
show premieres April 30th on Comedy Central.
Excellent.
It's called Inside Amy, which I'm sure we'd all... I won't say that. Amy,
Well,
I feel
but
like
that's
Amy's a
why
little
it's
sister.
titled.
Yeah.
That's why it's titled what it is. you
Yeah.
know?
So my mom read this article about her in the New York Times and then fucking scanned it and sent it to the hotel. And I was
Awesome.
like, Mom, just tell me what I'll just Google
I can go to
New York Times.
website.
Yeah. She was like, well, I want you to have it. I want you to
Yeah.
read it. It was on the cover of the arts page.
Yeah,
Bert.
it's funny because my dad sends me articles clipped out from like a newspaper, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Like it's
Yeah.
still to get something in the mail. Like I love the mail,
Yeah.
Like I'm into stamps, and I'm into like.
I was in the like page 6 of the Jamaica, the big Jamaica paper when we were in Jamaica.
Oh, wow.
Because I was partying with like one of the really famous jockeys.
Wow.
And I saw it, and I got fucking excited. It was like, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm fucking famous in Jamaica.
That's
and then
so
in my head
cool.
I start really planning out. Could I do a tour here? Could I I'm in page? And then I'm fucking. That's my wishful thinking.
It's all things are possible. I mean, especially now with all these podcasts,
You got a podcast with Bill.
With
Blank.
Bill Blank, we have a podcast, and that's
Blank and
just
Bush.
awesome. Like we can be in Des Moines and do that, and we're trying to improve ours in a lot of ways. Like we need to, we kind of are at the point like we would like to have a couple bits that we do every now and
Yeah.
then. Whether it's a quiz or some game or.
Well, I did. Pete Holmes is a young
Yeah.
comic out. You know Pete?
I mean, I'm aware of him.
Yeah, he's a young comic out, and I say young. He's probably my age. No, he's not my age, but he's definitely younger than me. But he's not young anymore. Sorry,
Right.
Pete. I didn't mean that in a bad way. But he's a young comic. He's a young comic to me.
Right.
Out in L.A., he's really fucking funny, and we do a podcast. I did his podcast. I will be dead. I would be dead honest. He had some bits, and they fucking made. They were the funniest shit,
Bits
and
are
I was like,
good.
"God damn it, why don't I have bits? I should have bits." But
Yeah.
I don't think enough. That's my bit. I have chiropractors come adjust us.
That was really cool.
Yeah,
And I really do feel good.
hopefully we learn something. I feel better.
I feel better.
I'm going to Google that app about my pressure points, see if I can find an anxiety pressure point, and then just shock myself the whole fucking
Right. No, that's a good idea for your flying
What if I
concerns.
can overdo it?
I don't know. I'll tell you one thing. I don't know if you know this, but you probably do fly up close to the front of the plane a lot.
Yeah.
That's where your turbulence is going to be the least.
Oh yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah,
okay. Because I don't know if turbulence bugs you, but
Turbulence
I
bugs
can't
me.
stand turbulence.
And I've been in the back of the planes where it's swinging, and you're like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah.
I had a flight one time where they were not serving alcohol because the turbulence was so bad, and I was in the back of the plane, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I fixed that since, and I always travel with 2 little things of Jack.
Yes.
And I was
Oh,
like,
my-
I will medicate if I need to.
Dramamine's another really good one.
I took baby mama Dramamine,
Yeah.
and no, it's trying to be fucking funny. I'm fucking such a hack.
No, that was good.
I'm gonna post this tonight.
Post it tonight.
Yeah.
We're going to be at the Funny Bone in about a half hour here. I got to.
You should probably go.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
You
But
have to change.
yeah, and Kreischer and I, Bert Kreischer, Johnny Bush here, we'll be on the road together.
Yeah,
a few more
I
times.
said that we
Let's
talked
make
about that
happen.
this
Yep.
weekend. We're going to try to get this to happen more often.
Yes.
and then hopefully we'll do.
And we may have the Sunday night Sunday night super special where
That's-
you maybe put somebody on stage. We're still figuring
We
it
came
out.
up with this idea of having like extreme seating where we put a
Right.
table on stage and they sit on stage for the entire show, and like the wait staff comes and walks on stage.
Yeah, I love it.
could be
Gives them their
fucking
bill,
horrible
right?
idea.
Gives them their bill on
Gives them their
stage.
bill. We're thinking about it, but maybe next time we go on the road, we'll do another Sunday special podcast.
Yeah.
where I'll release it on Sunday. We'll tape it, release it that night, and we'll do some activity like we'll do something like get chiropractors. We'll
Yep.
get our ears pierced. We'll get tattoos.
You're a caricaturist.
Yeah.
That'd be really bad because caricatures is just like the cheesiest.
It's like
But,
when I tried. We went to the top of Mount Washington for Bert the Conqueror.
Yeah.
because it's the windiest place in America, and we were like, winds were like a fucking 100 miles an hour. It was ridiculous, and we were like, holy shit, it was so intense. And my cameraman's like, how the fuck do you expect me to capture this? It's wind. I can't see
Yeah.
any of this. Like,
Yeah.
It just looks like nothing.
Yeah.
Like it just and the boom mic had one of those windshields, so it just sounds like I'm shouting.
Because the windshield worked.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
so I'm just
hilarious.
going, and it's very clear, and I look crazy.
Yeah.
and so they couldn't use it.
Yeah, I
So-
suppose you'd need somebody with long hair. Maybe that would help.
You need
But he
long
couldn't bring
hair.
me in.
It
I
did-
couldn't be on this one.
It looked like I was crazy. All right,
All right.
what's the name of you and Bill's podcast?
Blank and Bush Show
Blank and
on
Bush Show.
iTunes and Podbean.
You need to get a Twitter.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
You need to get
There's so
Twitter.
many things I need to do.
All right, I'm going to
joke.
upload this right now. That was 1 hour. Nice. It was a
Nice.
nice little
Peace
treat.
and love.
Yeah. Everyone, tune in to Trick Flip. If you're listening to this right now, it's on Travel Channel. It should be airing in about 30 minutes.
Yay.
All right, see you in the lab. This episode was brought to you by The Machine.